Hey guys, it's Eddie over at Colton RV and Marine, and today we're going to take a look at the Lance 1985. So, a lot of cool features on this Lance. Why don't we just start right here at the front and work our way around. So, with the Lance, the cool thing is they do a lot of stuff very well, but mainly storage and making it very user-friendly. So, up in your front storage compartment, you're going to get a nice slide tray by MorRyde. That's super cool because if you take a bunch of luggage with you and you shove it in there, you're not going to have to go in, dig around for it, have your legs sticking out of the storage compartment trying to get it out. It's all on a tray, slides nice and easy, and away it goes. On the outside, you're also going to notice there's no place on here to actually crank a jack down. So that's because with the Lance, you're going to have electric jacks on these. And all you do, you push the button, your stabilizer jacks are going to come down, and that's it. It's simple. It's done. And as we're moving along the side, on the Lance, especially if you're dry camping, they're going to have a spot for not one, but two batteries on a slide tray, just like a big diesel pusher motorhome does for ease of use. But your batteries will go on here, 12 volt on each side, positive, positive, negative to negative, but you'll have two of those. So it really just extends the time that you can go out camping and stay out in the woods, especially if you're dry camping. You'll also have a solar connect right below that. So with the solar connect, all it does, if you have a panel that you want to run on the ground, it's a two-prong connection. You plug it in, you can run it out on a lead to wherever the sun is and chase the sun around your campsite. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. There's a panel on the roof already, but if you are in a shaded area, you'll probably need to do that. And as we move around, so on the front of the trailer here, not two, but three 20-pound propane tanks, which is awesome, especially if you're dry camping. Pretty much every other trailer on the market's going to give you two 20-pounders, which will be sufficient. But if you really want to stay out there for a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time, the three propane tanks really helps out. And it's neat because they hide it. So you're not seeing these big propane tanks hanging off the front of your camper. You don't have this big black propane tank or big white propane tank cover on the front. It's all hidden. It looks like it's supposed to be there. It's all molded in so you don't even notice them. So as we're talking about jacks, you're going to have an electric tongue jack on the front. And it's super simple, just like the other jacks. Up is up, down is down, and there's a battery voltmeter. And there is also a light. You push the button right here, the little light's going to come out and it's going to illuminate where you hook up to the trailer. So if you are out at night, you're hooking up, you're getting ready to leave, you don't have to, take the phone and hold it in this hand and try to hook everything up like this. It's super simple. You hit the light, everything's illuminated for you. You're going to see two more storage compartments here. The first one's not actually storage. The first one's going to be for your other battery. So that's on a little slide tray. If you only put one battery on, then just use it as storage. The next compartment here you'll see is a nice big storage compartment, but it also has tie downs for a generator. So if you're bringing a mobile generator with you, a Honda, a Cummins, whatever you're bringing, you can slide that in there, strap it down. It is vented, so you're not going to get any gasoline fumes on the inside. And they're all slam latch baggage doors, which is pretty cool. And as we're moving down, just like all the Lance products, they're going to give you a nice metal storage container out here. It is lockable. It's a great place to put your sewer hose or anything that you might not want in the storage compartments of your RV. You can slide it in there. And as we move down the side, again with all the Lance products, up top you're going to have a slide topper already installed on this. So that's going to keep the leaves off the top of the slide. It's going to keep pine needles off the top of the slide. Anything you don't want going into that camper. And it also prevents the need to have to go up there and sweep the slide off before you bring it in, anything like that. All you do is push the button, it comes in by itself with the slide, super easy to use. And we'll just keep moving down the side here. So as you move down the side, you'll see a great place for a power cord, but another nice big storage compartment here. And these are all the magnet latches. So you don't have to worry about breaking a latch when you go to close this. All you do is open it, sticks right to it. When you're done, just pull it. Simple as that. And as we move down to the back, you're going to see a lot of stuff right here, but it's super simple. This is going to be your exhaust outlet for your Truma system, which we're going to talk about a little bit more inside when we get in there, but that's essentially your heat and your hot water. As you come down, you're going to have a place for a coax hookup for a cable, if you are at a campground that has cable. You'll have your 30 amp power connection. Super simple. The cord hooks onto there, and you plug that into wherever you're getting power from, which is nice because a lot of campers, the cable is attached inside and you have to wrestle with it and try to get it back in, and that just makes for a pain. So that's super simple. The next is going to be what we call black tank flush. And what the black tank flush does, you hook a freshwater hose up to that. As you're dumping your tanks, it's going to pump water inside, spray it around inside the tank and wash it out. So it eliminates the need for going inside with a hose, dragging that through the camper, sticking it down the toilet, washing it out, pulling it out, and walking back through the camper. Really nice feature. And after that, you're going to have your potable water fill. So all you do, you hook your hose up to that, and now you have fresh water going into the camper. And up here, we're going to have a shower, hot and cold. All you do, pull the hose out. Now you can wash your feet off, wash the dog off, the bikes off, whatever you want to do. And now on the back of the Lance, there's not much back here, but what you do have, you're going to have a backup camera up top. The screen is inside, you put it in the truck, and that allows you to see everything behind the trailer while you're driving, or if you're backing up, just so there's no question in your mind, oh, is there something back there I got to be careful of. Down below, we're going to have a hitch back here. This is awesome for a bike rack. It's good for 300 pounds. So you could throw 2 bikes on there. If you have a little storage container that goes into a 2-inch receiver, you can put that on the back. Anything that you might want to do there. But my favorite part is the ladder. So on the back, we have this absolute monster of a ladder. This thing's good for 250 pounds. This is nicer than most ladders I've seen on your $1 million diesel pushers. But if I get on this and jump around, you can see this ladder does not budge. Granted, I'm only about 160 pounds, but it still doesn't move. But while we're up here, we might as well check out the roof. All right, so now that we made it on top of the Lance, it's a little windy out here today. There's really 2 key things I wanted to talk about, or 3 key things. So number 1, this is going to be your solar panel. So this is Go Power Solar. And what you're going to see here is you're going to have a connection here. The nice thing about this is it offers you the ability to hook up more than 1 solar panel. All they do is daisy chain them, and you can have 2, maybe 3 if you can find the room for them up here, solar panels. All these are going to do are charge the batteries, but if you are dry camping, it really helps extend the amount of time that you can spend out there on the campsite. The other thing I wanted to talk about is actually right here down by our feet. This is awesome. They put a roof rack up here, so you could put kayaks, you can put a little bit of luggage up here. And they are movable. You can spread them out, you can put them closer together, whatever you need to do. And the last thing I wanted to talk about while we're on the roof is the King system. So with the King system, you're gonna have 2 systems up here. This is gonna do your local TV channels, 247, stuff like that. You don't have to crank it up and down. It's just, a little fin here that catches the signal from the TV. But you're also gonna have Wi-Fi. So this is really neat. So with the King system, you're gonna be able to pull Wi-Fi from the campground if you need to, and convert it to your own hotspot in the camper. But that's really awesome if you're on the road working, you want to stream movies, anything like that, already equipped for it. All right, so as we're making our way around the Lance here, there is one thing I want to touch on the back. And it's probably going to be a little hard to see in the video. But on the Lance, all your fascias here, they're not actually plastic. These are going to be metal. They're going to be a powder-coated metal, which is really cool because it's super durable. Every other camper brand out there is putting rubber right here or plastic, stuff like that. Not Lance though, they're putting metal, and it's all the way up on the top, all the way here on the sides. Just makes her a very durable trailer that's going to last a long time. So as we're making our way down, all this JBL spot is for the speaker that comes with the Lance. You pop that in there, Bluetooth to your phone, super simple. You're also going to have a mount for an outdoor TV, power hookup for the outdoor TV, and behind this little lock box here is the cable inputs. So you plug in your cable cord, you can pull off your King satellite that's on the roof, or you can pull from the campground coax cable. Super simple to use. You're also going to get aluminum rims, Goodyear tires, and the Road Armor suspension package. And then as we move down the side, you'll have another potable fill for your water, so you can do it off either side. And you'll also notice that this says 4 seasons. So this camper is very well insulated. You have dual pane acrylic windows that open all the way, but it is good for late season camping if you do choose so. And you also see we have no arms for an awning. That is because we're using an armless awning by Carefree. So the neat thing about this is your light strip is actually going to be on the awning arm itself. So if you do have that lit up at night, there's not really going to be any bugs or anything coming up close to the trailer. Everything's out here for you. So now we took a look at the outside of the lance. Let's take a look at the inside. And real quick before we go in, there's 2 key features here. One is going to be your aluminum steps that come out and touch the ground. So this is their take on a solid step system, essentially, where you have anchor points to the ground, so it's not going to move around a lot when you get onto it. These are fully adjustable, and they're aluminum, so they're not going to rust up on you. The actual steps themselves are super sturdy. And the other thing I wanted to touch on as we go inside is your screen door. You're not going to have a screen door that opens with the actual door. You're going to have a full screen that just collapses into the side. Super neat. But let's go in and let's take a look. Now that we took a look at all the features on the outside of this lance, let's take a look at what it's got inside. So we'll start right up at the front over here. So up in the front on this model, we have the Murphy bed. So in the down position, it's going to give you plenty of room to walk around it. It's going to give you cabinets on both sides, drawers on both sides. You get really, really nice light coming in here from all the acrylic windows. And all of these windows are actually going to open all the way. So you get a really, really good airflow through them. Screens come down from the top. Shade comes up from the bottom. And the nice thing about this is when you are dry camping, if you don't have any air conditioning or anything like that, if you open all these windows up, it's like you're outside. I mean, you have amazing, amazing airflow throughout this whole thing. And to add on to that, if you are dry camping, and let's say it's just not breezy or anything like that, you have a max air vent fan up top. And that sucker's gonna get going. It's gonna get a nice breeze going through the whole trailer. And you might not even need air conditioning depending where you're at. So now that we took a look at that, let's take a look at the Murphy bed in the up position. So we'll just fold these blankets up here. All you do, you flip the bed, comes over the top like so. Obviously, once you take your pillows off, it won't be humped up like that. But you bring your couch up, and now you have a full sitting area. So you went from seating 1, 2, 3, 4 comfortably to seating 5 or 6 comfortably inside now. So it's really cool if it just starts raining outside. You need to come in and you want some room to play cards or just hang out and talk and get out of the elements. You have plenty of room because 5 feet of the trailer isn't taken up by a bedroom now. So now we took a look at this, we'll move over to the kitchen. So the cool thing about Lances, they use all premium products in their trailers. So your countertop is all going to be solid surface, and you'll not only have the stove top for counter space, you'll have the sink top, and you'll also have a little flip up counter. So they really did a good job here with counter space in such a small trailer. And just feeling open and airy. It's awesome. Now to put the counter down, all you do, you grab the bottom like so, and it folds right back in. Now you have perfect access inside, outside the trailer. You don't have to worry about anything being in your way. And we'll move on to the kitchen. So in the kitchen, you're gonna get a big 1-bowl sink. So plenty of room for, washing dishes, getting food all prepped up, anything you got to do. And you also get a nice window in the kitchen too. So if you are doing some stuff here in the kitchen, getting some food prepped up, anything like that, you can still see the campsite, open the window up, you can still have conversations with everybody around the campsite, around the bonfire, whatever you're doing out there. So as you're walking through the trailer, you might be thinking, well, that's cool. There's an oven, there's a stove top, there's a sink, but there's no microwave. Well, what Lance actually does is go for the clean look approach, and they hide it up behind one of your Euro cabinets there. And you'll notice too, all these cabinets, when you open them up, they're all lit, and they all have residential style hinges on them. So when you close them, you know, nothing feels cheap in here. It's a very well built trailer, has all residential build to it, solid surface, residential hinges, Euro cabinets. It's a really homey feeling trailer. And not only that, but you're also going to have plenty of storage underneath. They're going to give you these really cool totes. So if you want to throw silverware in them, towels, sponges, anything like that, you're not digging around in there for the stuff. And with Lance, the cool thing is they make everything accessible as well. So your water pump is easily accessible right down here. If you ever have to change it, part number's right on there. Super simple to do. It's 2 fittings. Anybody can do it. And if you winterize yourself, your tube right here is for winterizing. So you don't have to dig around under the trailer to find it. Everything's accessible. It's literally just turning a switch and you're good to go. In the Lance, if you're dry camping, a big concern is obviously going to be power consumption. That's going to allow you to stay out a certain amount of time, with solar, without solar, with the generator prep, whatever you're looking to do. So with the fridge, it's going to have the propane option with it. So if you are dry camping and you don't want to take a huge toll on your batteries, you don't want to be running a generator, anything like that, you can run the system off of propane. And it gives you plenty of freezer, plenty of fridge space. The other cool thing too is if you put it in auto mode, let's say you do lose power at the campsite, it's automatically going to switch over to propane. That way you're not going to have any food spoilage, anything like that. So moving on to the other side of the Lance. They're going to give you your entertainment system right out of the way, so it's not blocking your view of anything out the windows. But you're going to get a Jensen TV. You're going to get a JBL sound system with a JBL subwoofer. And they're going to give you some storage down here. So anything like DVDs, games, pretty much anything you want to bring with you, you can put it in here. All the shelves are movable. You just pick them up, put them in whatever position you want. But it's in perfect view of the dinette, the couch, wherever you're sitting. So onto the dinette. So with the Lance, the cool thing is you don't have to pick these cushions up every time you want to access your storage. All you do, push the button, let it go, and then you have access to all your drawers. And the nice thing too is if you look at the drawers, a lot of companies, what they do, they'll just glue the panels together, and your drawers aren't going to be real wood. In the Lance, they're all real wood. It's all residential cabinetry styled. And they all lock. So when you are going down the road, they're not going to open up on you. You're not going to have stuff all over the camper when you get to your campsite. And while we're at the dinette, the cool thing too with the Lance is most U-shaped dinettes aren't real good for tall people or anything like that because you're going to be bashing your legs. Well, with the Lance, you have one pole. I'm 6 foot. I can fit comfortably behind the dinette. I could have myself, another person, 2 others. So we could comfortably fit 4 people in here. So whether you have a bunch of people going with you, you just have guests come over at the campsite, you can fit pretty much everybody in here. And then you also have 2 more seating spots over there. So there's a lot of people that could potentially fit in the trailer. And not only that, but you also have a nice big window behind the dinette that's going to open as well. And they all open the same way. You're going to twist and push out. So with the windows, they're actually dual pane acrylic, which is really neat too. So if you are going a little extended season camping, you're not going to have to worry so much about heat loss, or even in the summer air conditioner loss, because you do have an air buffer in between. So that's going to really prevent a lot of that thermal, transfer of the air from the outside to the inside. So the controls on the Lance, they're very, very simple. So we have our thermostat. That's going to control your air conditioner and fan speed. And below that, this is your Truma system. So the Truma system is going to do your tankless hot water, and it's also going to do the heat in the coach. So versus a forced air system, this is going to act more like the radiator in your house, and it's going to, take your water, heat that up, and then blow hot air from that. So you're not going to have an actual propane physical forced air furnace. Everything goes off the Truma system. And if you go right on their website, truma.com, it explains in depth how to use the system, the features of the system, but it's super simple. There's one button. All you do is rotate to choose what you want to do and just hit enter. It's that simple. As we're talking about controls on the Lance, you don't have a bunch of switches everywhere, a bunch of stuff you have to find. You have those two on the wall behind us that we just looked at, and then all you have over here, you have your awning, retract, extend, you have some lighting options, and you have a slide button. And it's all in one spot for you, so you're not digging in cabinets looking for anything, forgetting, oh man, where'd that switch go? Everything's right here for you. So it's really, really simple. So now we're in the back of the Lance, and this is going to be your rear bath model. So you have plenty of room in the bathroom, huge shower, huge storage. I'll let you guys take a look at that real quick. So you'll see in the storage compartments there, they're really deep storage compartments. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. So you have a bunch of hanging space if you want to put clothes and hang them up in there. You have 3 big drawers. And then under the drawers, you'll see the toilet, and that's going to be a porcelain toilet. So Lance did not put a plastic toilet in here. They put a porcelain toilet, and I'm sure a lot of people are thanking them for that, but it's a lot better than the plastics. And as we move on, you'll see we have a nice big deep sink, and above that we have a really nice medicine cabinet that opens up with a nice light fixture above it. So now in the shower, you can see for height comparison, so I'm about 6 foot. I have plenty of room here to the skylight. But this is pretty neat. So what we have in here is a shower miser. And what the shower miser is going to do, this blue right here, when you're running hot water, instead of wasting it and waiting for it to come out, wasting a few gallons, you flip this switch, the water is going to recycle to the freshwater tank. Once it gets warm, this is going to turn an opaque or a white color, and then you know you have hot water. All you're going to do is switch it up, and now you have water running out that's hot. So you're not going to waste 1, 2, 3 gallons waiting for it to get warm. You're going to know when it's warm and have it coming right out. So it's awesome for dry camping. Shower miser, water saving system. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or you want to see what other Lances we have in stock, feel free to check out our website, coltonrv.com. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out to me direct. Again, my name's Eddie. My number is 716-957-3250. And my direct extension is 342. Thank you.